Now the business is that you want to FOIL this expression out. Okay, how to FOIL it, and here are the details. Let me FOIL out one for you, and then you do the rest of them. Okay, so you have a cosine alpha minus cosine beta squared. Then you know that's cosine alpha minus cosine beta here times cosine alpha minus cosine beta because it was squared. Then FOIL method says that, let me move the sheet a little bit higher. Okay. You have FOIL FOIL. So first product, cosine alpha times cosine alpha is cosine alpha squared. Cosine alpha cosine beta, so you have that's outer product. Cosine alpha negative cosine beta. Okay, that's outer product. And inner product is those two, so you have a minus cosine beta cosine alpha. The last product is negative cosine beta negative cosine beta again. So negative negative, it is going to be positive. Let me move higher. Okay. So this will give us what? This will give us cosine alpha squared minus, this is negative, this is negative. So we have a 2 cosine alpha cosine beta. And here, then we have a plus cosine beta squared. Okay. So then we have this one, and that's the one we get for here, for this one. So it's the first one squared, last one squared. Here is negative, so here is negative 2 cosine alpha and then cosine beta. Okay. Alright. Similarly, you have that sine alpha squared sine beta squared minus 2 first one sine alpha sine beta. Okay. Now here the same. First one squared cosine alpha minus beta squared. The last one squared, 1 squared, and then negative 2 cosine alpha minus beta times 1. You get that. That's FOIL method. This one is minus 0 squared, so you don't need to care. You just write sine alpha minus beta, then squared. Okay. Now, they're equal. The left hand side equals the right hand side. Okay. Now, look. Sine alpha squared plus cosine alpha squared is 1. Cosine beta squared, sine beta squared is another 1. And then you copy this term down here. Negative 2 cosine alpha cosine beta. You copy this term down here. Negative 2 sine alpha sine beta. Okay? So left hand side is simplified in this way. Right hand side, you have a cosine alpha squared minus cosine alpha minus beta squared, and you have sine alpha minus beta squared. So add together, you have a 1. Those two together, you have 1. There is another one here, so you put right here. This one down here. And then copy this negative 2 alpha minus beta down here. Now the left-hand side has 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. So they can cancel each other. If those two are cancelled, then you both sides divided by negative 2. You see here. Then negative 2 divided by negative 2 is positive 1. So you don't need to write positive 1. And negative 2 divided by negative 2, you have a positive 1. Okay? And then down here you have a negative 2 divided by negative 2, you have a positive 1 times cosine alpha minus beta. That's cosine alpha minus beta equals cosine alpha cosine beta sine alpha sine beta. Okay? So that's exactly this formula I was talking about. Cosine alpha minus beta is cosine alpha minus beta, cosine alpha cosine beta, and then plus sine alpha sine beta. So the way to remember this is cosine minus is going to be plus. Cosine, you read cosine cosine sine sine. Alpha 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 beta beta beta. Okay? So that's the way to remember it. Is this formula useful? That's useful. Okay? Look at this example. Here. This is cosine 57, cosine 12, cosine cosine is like alpha here, beta here, beta here. Sine, 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 alpha here, beta here. So those two must be the same, 12 degrees. 57, 57 must be the same. Okay. Now you can apply the formula, changing this to cosine. Okay. So that will be cosine, the first angle 57 minus 12. 57 minus 12, that's 45. Cosine 45 is radical 2 over 2. Okay? Remember that. So this one is a correct formula. Next time, we'll start from here. So please review this proof. I'll see you next time.